Okay guys, so welcome back to Improve Your English Friendship with Allan. We're going to take a look at another clip today. This is also from Season 1, Episode 8, but it's later in the episode, right? So this is a pretty funny clip. It's Chandler talking to one of his coworkers, and Chandler's been very concerned about his friends thinking that he is gay. Alright guys, so let's take a look.
Hey, Lowell.
Oh, hey, Chandler.
So how's it going down there in financial services?
It's like Mardi Gras without the papier-mâché heads. How about you?
Good. Listen, I don't know what Shelley told you about me, but, I'm not.
I know. That's what I told her.
Really?
Yeah.
So, you can tell?
Pretty much. Most of the time. We have a kind of radar.
So you don't think I have a quality?
Speaking for my people, I'd have to say no. By the way, your friend Brian from payroll, he is.
He is?
Yep, and way out of your league.
Out of my league. I could get a Brian. If I wanted to get a Brian, I could get a Brian. Hey, Brian.
Okay guys, so the first thing I want to take a look at is not terribly important, but it's probably something that a lot of people, when they watch Friends and they hear this term, they're probably like, what is that, right? So anyhow, in the fourth line, Lowell, Chandler's coworker, says, it's like Mardi Gras without the papier-mâché heads. Now, so Lowell's referring to or explaining that the financial services sector is like Mardi Gras. But what is Mardi Gras? Okay, well, if we look up Mardi Gras actually means Fat Tuesday. What? What does that mean? But essentially, Mardi Gras is like a big party in the United States, specifically in the city of New Orleans, which has a very strong French culture. And that's why this word, Mardi Gras, is actually French, right? But this party is super crazy. When they have Mardi Gras in the United States, people are wearing beads, different costumes, they're drinking in the streets. It's a crazy big party. So if you want to explain that something is like a big party, especially in the United States, you might say it's like Mardi Gras. All right, guys, but let's take a look at another expression.
Really?
Yeah.
So, you can tell?
Pretty much. Most of the time. We have a kind of radar.
Okay guys, so later in the clip, this is Lowell again. He responds to Chandler. So Chandler said like, so you can tell. So when Chandler's saying this to Lowell, he's like trying to say like, you can tell that I'm not gay. So when Lowell responds, he says, pretty much most of the time, we have a kind of radar. So what is Lowell talking about? Now, first off, radar by itself, you guys might already know what radar is. Maybe it sounds the same in Korean, I'm not exactly sure. But radar is usually a device on ships or on airplanes. And you know, it's that thing that's kind of going around in a circle and is, you know, beep, beep, beep. It's looking for other ships or it's looking for airplanes, right? So Lowell's saying he has kind of a radar. As a gay man, he has a radar that can find out other gay men. So these days, we usually refer to that as gaydar. You know, if you have gaydar, you can tell who is gay and who is not gay. So if you live in a city with a very large gay population like Vancouver, gaydar is quite important. Okay, anyhow, let's take a look at another expression.
So you don't think I have a quality?
Speaking for my people, I'd have to say no. By the way, your friend Brian from payroll, he is.
He is?
Yep, and way out of your league.
Okay guys, so this is a pretty long one here, but it's to be out of one's league. So we're gonna have to take a look back at the script to totally understand this. So when Lowell's talking to Chandler, he said, speaking for my people, now Lowell's talking about gay people, I'd have to say no. By the way, your friend Brian from payroll, he is. Chandler responds, he is? And Lowell says, yup, and way out of your league. Okay, so what do you think Lowell means when he says way out of your league? What he's saying to Chandler is that if Chandler were gay, he could not date Brian because Brian is out of his league. Now, this is kind of like a sports reference, right? Like, think about baseball. There are many different leagues, many different levels, right? There's the pro league, and then there's the amateur league, for example, right? So if you say you're out of my league, or he is out of someone's league, that means this person is in a lower league, so they cannot date or attract somebody from a higher league, right? So imagine, let's say there's two guys and they see this really beautiful woman, and the one guy says, oh, I really want to go on a date with her. I really want to get to know her. And the friend looks at the other friend and he's like, sorry, man, but you are out of her league. She's too good for you, right? Anyhow, this is a very commonly used expression, especially when we're talking about dating and if someone is maybe too good for you, unfortunately. Ugh. Anyhow, guys, let's take a look at another expression.
Out of my league. I could get a Brian. If I wanted to get a Brian, I could get a Brian. Hey, Brian.
The last quick thing we're going to take a look at is right after, Lowell says to Chandler, like, he's way out of your league. Now, of course, Chandler isn't gay, but he feels a little bit offended, right? He feels like Brian he's not out of his league, right? If he were gay, he could also attract a guy like Brian. So when Chandler responds, he says, out of my league, I could get a Brian. Now, you're probably maybe wondering, like, I could get a Brian. Well, what does that mean, right? He said, yeah, I could get a person's name. I could get a Brian. What he's trying to say here is that, no, he could attract someone like Brian, right? He's not out of Brian's league. If he were gay, he could be in the same league. He could get a Brian, right? So that's what that means there. Not terribly useful, but just wanted to explain that very quickly. All right, guys, so that's improving your English friendship with Allan. I'm going to see you guys in the next clip. Have a good day.